basis of all good murder stories?
Not anymore, I'm afraid. Take our characters for instance. Rich, sophisticated, raised in the 400. What do you read about today? Pick up any murder mystery and every girl has bosoms like watermelons, rich, creamy thighs.
The man thought it, but he never wrote it.
Come back, dears. Just hang on to your typewriters. Even the sexy CIA agent is out. I bet Brad Benedict hasn't sold 1,000 copies of his latest.
I get my royalties dated next month, but I think you may be right.
Oh, there I go again, putting my foot in it right up to the knee.
It's okay, it's true.
Look,
I know who you are. Both of you. You are the Olives. I always like that name. It goes so well with martinis. Oh, Miss Maxwell, pleasure.
And you're Brad Benedict, the author who brought the transistor radio to the pencil and the camera to the cigarette lighter.
It was good while it lasted.
We were all complimenting each other on our murders. Would you care to join in?
I expected to compliment my idols.
Well, that sounds good.
Without you stalwarts of the murder mystery, I never would have had my short-lived career. I owe everything to you.
That's a nice speech, dear. Why don't you sit down and join us?
have a martini.
My pleasure. Just a handful, please.
Don't underestimate my wife. Just a glass.
I always carry a spare for guests.
One thing we've already decided. They may expect it, but we're not going to fight. We'll collaborate peacefully and make a fortune.
I'm all for that.
Just to clear the air, dear, I must say there's something about you I hate. It's not the modern style of things. I can see that since you have a dynamic flair. It's your name.
What about it?
The two B's. I hate authors with alliterative names.
What about yours?
I predate you, unfortunately.
Well, you switched your name around, Mildred. I read that somewhere.
That damned Reader's Digest.
Yes, you were born Zelda Mildred and changed it to make Mildred Z. Maxwell.
Besides, Brad Benedict is my real name. Actually, it's Bradley Bruce Benedict. You ready for that?
I can see.
Here's to you. Oh, good. You never keep them dry these days.
Wit has a secret.
What?
Pour the gin in the thermos, and then whisper the word vermouth next movie.
See, this is quite a dreary opening, isn't it?
It's an exact reproduction of the one on the island, so my agent told me. They're going to shoot the script here.
After we write it.
I hope we all work quickly. I hate to be late or murder.
I once did one of my most successful books, The Golden Mummy Case, in 6 days.
You must have worked non-stop.
No, I had hives and I couldn't sleep.
There's no reason why we can't pop this thing out in a few days. I suppose we want each of us to put a little bit of our own thing in there so it will appeal to everyone.
Some producer's smart idea.
My dears, we'll show them we're not through yet.
Show who? I think we're being stood up.
Someone's about to come soon. Just Duckton and Summers left.
Say, whatever happened to Rodney Duckton?
Sounds like a movie title, doesn't it?
Whatever happened to Rodney Dumpton?
No, really. I thought he was dead.
Oh, I'm sure he's not. I always read the obituary page first thing in the morning. It's a sign of age.
There was one author who changed style, though, right? For all those horror movie things. 30s, he came up with Jack Club.
And made a mint dear with all those hard-hitting private eye stories. Probably retired to some private island in the Caribbean.
I hope this house is better than this one.
The real this one, you mean?
She's getting cryptic.
One thing I have to say for Ducton's books, though, they always had a good shock element in them.
Well, it kept the readers awake.
You never knew when you were going to come upon us.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I just wanted to make an entrance, so I came around this way. Miss Maxwell, this is indeed a pleasure. I was just rereading The Case of the Black-Eyed Turtle last week, and I do admire your structure.
I wish someone admired my structure. Thank you, darling.
Mr. Duckton. You're always here to meet. It's a pleasure. I am Whitney Olive, and this is my wife, Jessica.
I'm a tremendous fan of yours, tremendous.
Miss Maxwell, you already seem to know.
I kept that cover story in time about her. Of course, that was 20 years ago, and she's changed somewhat.
And when did you leave Shangri-La?
I detect a note of bitterness which is not apparent in your writings. And this is Brad Benedict.
Who are you, sir?
A pity.
What is?
You are me. Younger, of course. You took what I wrote in the 30s, added a few transistors, undressed a few beautiful women, and got astoundingly good royalties for a while.
That time was a few years ago.
So we're all going to be working together. I must say, I am looking forward to it. Trading ideas and plots. When do we get started?
As soon as Mr. Summers gets here.
Intriguing room, isn't it?
Dreary, I call it.
Ah, what I could have done with this in my horror days. Sliding panel right over here. The groping hand. The beautiful girl seated at the desk. We would hear footsteps down the corridor. She turns, screams. Ah, that doesn't scare anyone anymore. Pity.
Your Jack Club would have hit the monster over the head with the butt of his gun.
Jack Club, another era. Warner Brothers made a good thing out of him. But who and what are current now?
Nothing. And that's why we're all here.
So what do we do now?
If anyone else says that, I should call a cab and go home.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jason Summers, the man who contacted your respective agents.
Finally arrived.
About time.
I purposely came a little late to let you all get acquainted. Clever idea, wasn't it? Actually, the vice president in charge of new show suggested it. I can't take all the credit for it, now can I?
Why not?
They'd find out. Jealousy, you know. Now, shall we get started? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WMG Studios.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. It is my pleasure to invite you to join us in a short experimental evening in crime.
He's not speaking to us.
Down through the ages, murder and mayhem have fascinated each and every one of us.
Maybe he's psychotic.
So tonight, we've brought together the outstanding mystery writers of their time.
Mr. Summers.
It is our idea
Mr.
to...
Summers.
Excuse me. Yes, Mr. Duckhead.
We're all wondering just one thing.
What is that?
Who the hell are you talking to?
To the audience.
What audience?
Out there,
Good Lord, you're right! There are people out there!
Mr. Summers, what is the meaning of this?
didn't your agents tell you there'd be an audience? No, we're born black tie. Perhaps it's an oversight on my part. However, there's no real harm done, is there? This is just an experiment, more of a game, really.
Murder is hardly a game. We all have made a career out of it.
Please, sit down and let me explain.
I'm no good in front of people. You make me nervous.
I think we should all call a cab and all go home.
No, let's hear him out.
They look like nice people, but there's so many of them.
Sorry about this claim, but authors are temperamental too. The same as actors and everyone else connected with the creative arts. As I was saying, look at these 5 people, ladies and gentlemen, and what do you see? Genius. That's what you see. 5 brains which have been dedicated to murder.
Don't tempt us.
WMT has brought together, at great expense, these 5 minds to collaborate and become one, to bring you the great mystery series of all time, what we hope will be television's finest hour. Now let me introduce them to you, the faces behind the book jackets, as it were.
Does he write his own material?
Jessica and Whitney Olive, authors of over 30 bestsellers, former joint presidents of the Crime Writers League and the darlings of International Society. Thank you. You may applaud if you wish.